Maverick News. The world is watching. In a universe full of ideas, we draw lightness from the dark to a place where opposites attract. Right meets left, positive touches negative, sparking an explosion of truth. Because politics makes strange bedfellows.
What are we looking at here?
So this is the Neuralink thing. Here, I'll roll
cool.
it for you. Here we go.
Yeah. I want to see
This is the first human recipient of the Neuralink chip playing. I don't think this is actually chess. I think it was some other game, but he'll explain. Maybe it is just chess.
Oh my goodness. Let me see this.
Come on, it's not just going to circle on me, is it? Hey.
You big tease. You're not going to let me see after all that buildup?
Come on.
Drum roll, please. And we got nothing. We got a spinning circle. Doggone it. Was that cyber attack that's got your internet all messed up there in Canada?
It just completely screwed up my computer again today. Here we go again. I'm going to try it again. I got to scroll down to find the stupid clip again.
Oh, man. This has just not been your day, has it?
No. Here we go.
Had all kinds of technical issues all day and all night.
I've got it. Here we go. Let's
user of the Neuralink device. Hello, world. How's it going out there? My name is Bliss, and I'm an engineer at Neuralink. And I'd like to introduce you to the first ever user of the Neuralink device. And I think you're my only telekinetic friend that I have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, not many more of those out there. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Noland Arbaugh. I'm 29 years old. About 8 years ago, I was in kind of a freak diving accident and dislocated my C4, C5. So I'm a complete quadriplegic. So I'm paralyzed from below the shoulders. I have no sensation or movement below my level of injury, so below my shoulders. Yeah, that about covers it, right?
Do you want to introduce some of your dogs here? Let me flip
Yeah,
the camera so you guys
absolutely.
can see. You got dogs all over the place.
Yeah, that's Montana. The one walking by is Grace. Gracie.
Gracie, come here.
Hi, Grace.
How's it going, Gracie? Yeah. All right.
This is what people do.
Yeah, they just here for the dogs. All right, yeah. So while he's been introducing himself, let me just flip the camera on so you can see what Nolan's been doing.
Yeah.
Let me come over here. Do you want to explain a little bit what's going on here?
Yeah. So I love playing chess, and so this is one of the things that y'all have enabled me to do, something that I wasn't able to really do much the last few years, especially not like this. I had to use like a mouse stick and stuff, but now it's all being done with my brain. If y'all can see the cursor moving around the screen, that's all me, y'all. It's pretty cool, huh?
Actually, can you pause the song just for the audio
absolutely.
coming through? And that was also done with your brain?
Yep. It's all brain power up there.
Can you explain a little bit just to people who maybe don't have any context on this field or what's going on here? Yeah. How are you able to actually move the cursor?
Yeah, so we started out with trying out a few different things. We basically went from what we call kind of differentiating like imagined movement versus attempted movement. So a lot of what we started out with was attempting to move. So I would attempt to move, say, my right hand, left, right, forward, back. And from there, I think it just became intuitive for me to start imagining the cursor moving. Basically, it was like using the force on a cursor, and I could get it to move wherever I wanted. Just stare somewhere in the screen, and it would move where I wanted it to, which was such a wild experience.
This guy wants to know if you feel like a wizard.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. It really is. It's so cool. I'm so freaking lucky to be a part of this and stuff. I mean, every day it seems like we're learning new stuff, and I just can't even describe how cool it is to be able to do this.
Do you want to briefly talk about a little bit, I guess, what have you been using this for outside of these sort of research sessions, or when you're just playing chess? What are some other things you've been getting value from this from?
Yeah, so one of the first times y'all gave me complete control over this, I actually stayed up until, geez, I don't know, like 6 a.m. playing Civilization 6.
That was the other game, Civilization 6.
It was worth it, I guess is the best way to put it. It was awesome. I had basically given up on playing that game just because of how, I mean, it's a big game, and the amount of time that it takes to sit in on it it's just a lot, and I have to worry about a lot of things, getting pressure sores and things like that. So I just wasn't really able to play it as much as I wanted to, and y'all gave me the ability to do that again, and I played it for like 8 hours that day. So I do that. I
It's
read
like
sometimes.
6 p.m. to like 2 a.m. or
Yeah,
something. It's like,
it was a lot.
I'm giving you all my bad habits, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it was awesome. So I did that. I read. I like learning languages. I'm learning like Japanese right now. I'm learning a bit of French.
Maybe for the audience who isn't super familiar with assistive technology, why couldn't you play Civ before? What was tricky about that, or what was it about Neuralink that made that possible for you?
Yeah, so one of the big things, honestly, was that I think I just got checkmated. The only way I could play it was through pad, and that didn't allow me to play online at all, so that kind of sucked to begin with. But I
Would you play that like at 2 a.m. before, or what was the
oh no,
restriction
there was no way. There was no way for me to do that. Because when I'm sitting up playing on, say, like my iPad or something, I need complete help from, say, my like parents or something to do it, and I just didn't have that capability to like keep them up all night. That's just not something I would ever want to do. So basically, I would have to go down and everyone went to bed in my house, my brother, my parents, something like that. And then on top of that, I can only play for a few hours at a time because, I have to worry about pressure sores and stuff. I have to be readjusted. I have to do weight shifts, things like that. Just things that come with being a quadriplegic and stuff. So it just wasn't really feasible for me to like say play a full game or anything. And now I can literally just lie in bed and play to my heart's content. Honestly, the biggest restriction at this point was like having to wait for the wait for the implant to charge once I used all of it. So play for 8 hours, have to get off and let it charge for a while, and then hopefully be able to play some more. But it's been awesome. It's been so cool, and I'm kicking ass too. So
in this chess game too.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm gonna win this chess game, but we'll see.
And then maybe just one final question. Your mom was showing me a bunch of pictures of you in different Halloween costumes over the years. It's something that you go nuts on. So now that you have like actual, force control over stuff, I guess that opens up the possibility space there a bit. What do you think you can dress up as this year?
I mean, something my friends and I have been wanting to do for a while. I think I'm going to be Professor X. I think that's pretty fitting. Not only because he's in a wheelchair, and I think that just obviously fits perfectly, but now I'm actually a telekinetic, basically. Yeah, and so it's going to be cool. It's going to be real cool. My friends and I are really excited.
You're going to freak people out when you try trick or treat.
I know, right?
Okay, I think that's it for today. Anything else you want to add before signing off? We got more work to do. We'll have to learn about the brain here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. I would say that we have run into some issues. I don't want people to think that it is like this is the end of the journey. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it has already changed my life, and I think that people who are thinking about, saying, applying for the human trials, or are thinking about, finding some way to help out with this, to do your part. And that's the reason I got into it, was because I just wanted to help. I wanted to be a part of something that I feel like is going to change the world. I think like there's nothing to be afraid of with that. The surgery was super easy. I literally was released from the hospital a day later. I have no like cognitive impairments. Well, I guess none that were caused by the surgery.
I beat you in chess like once, so you know.
Yeah. I do have a pretty good record in chess right now. As far as just like, yeah, but yeah, I just think that it's really awesome. I want to thank Neuralink for doing this, for working hard every day to make this, a reality. I think that they are going to change the world, be a part of it. So thanks, guys, and I'm looking forward to releasing some of this on.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna end here, but yeah, we're gonna plan to release more in the coming days. So if you want.
Wow, just wow. Do you
Oh
have
yeah, but
any
that was
idea-
just Tuesday. It's like that's not really news. That's not even in the newspaper.
It wasn't. It was not in the news cycle. Because I try to stay informed, but I didn't hear about it.
That'll change the world. I had that on Maverick News this week, when nobody else was paying any attention to it.
Wow. I wonder, first of all, how long before that technology is available to the general public, and what would it cost to get that if you wanted it?
This is where you start to get into really deep ethical questions, questions of societal change. It'll be available within years, like not decades, years, in my view. Then it's like, what will it cost?
A lot.
Yeah. But then people are it'll get to the point where the cost will come down, as the price of all technology does. But I think it will get to the point where people will be saying, it's my right to have it, and the government should pay for it as part of socialized healthcare. And if you don't have it, you'll be at a disadvantage for employment and other opportunities within society, because you won't be able to fully participate in whatever state of technology society is in at any given time, because the level of connectivity will only increase from there. This is like playing Pong. Well, the monkey that they had chipped was playing Pong. This guy's now playing chess. From chess, you're going to go to, I don't know,
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders. Grand Theft Auto, 7.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, from there, you'll be programming computers. From there, you'll be jacked right into the Internet of Things. From there, you will become part of the Internet of Things. Your mind will be...
You're just another appliance that you can program and set it and forget it.
You'll become part of the internet. You will become, you see it now, you're into all kinds of ethical questions. But if you're not jacked in, are you even part of the real world anymore? What is the real world? Is the real world all out here where we can touch the trees, or is it combined with the Matrix?
It's a virtual world.
A virtual world.
For someone like him, who's a quadriplegic and can't get out and take walks and be part of the world, tends to be isolated at home. What a wonderful thing for him, though, to be able to interact more and be part of the world.
And if you become part of the Matrix, do you even need to be conscious anymore? Maybe you just want to close your eyes, shut all that out. You can't walk, you can't go outside and participate, but fully there. But in the Matrix, you can. It's like that Star Trek episode, right? The pilot that then made into the other episode where it's all an illusion. Yes. Where Captain Christopher Pike is on the planet where the aliens are manipulating his mind so that he thinks he can still walk around. But in reality, we find out that he's incapacitated, just like that gentleman, and can't even speak because he was burned and
I remember that episode.
But on this planet, it's all an illusion. but to him, it's completely real. You see, these things are becoming reality. Isn't that crazy?
Well, it's
And yet
finally
so
the
real.
21st century, right?
Yeah.
We thought we might have technology like that someday, and now we do. It's starting to roll out. And to me, the big ethical question is, when I look at that, I see a miracle of technology that can really do tremendous things for people who need it. But what we're witnessing there is the upload. He's in control. His mind
Right.
is controlling the computer. What I'm concerned about is the download. If we can send information through the chip, we can also receive information through the chip. And that's where my conspiratorial mind runs wild. I'm like, okay, what if they use this damn thing to control our minds? And wouldn't that be Joseph Goebbels' wet dream?
What do you mean? What if? It's when. Yeah, definitely.
Because technology, just like anything else, it can be used for good or it can be used for evil. And it depends on whose hands the technology is in. You just saw the good that technology can do for someone. But there's always going to be some evil mastermind out there, you know?
What we're talking about is not far-fetched. It's just around the corner.
And is there a way to block that? Can the technology block downloads so that only the user, the recipient, is in control? If there's a way to do that, I say great. I don't see any issue.
What happens when you get chipped and you become obsolete?
Ooh.
That chip that guy has will be obsolete in 6 months, maybe a year if he's lucky.
Right?
The
Do you have to
next
go get
guy-
re-chipped every couple of
because
years?
The next guy's going to be playing Space Invaders.
Yeah, you
the
got to
next
get a
guy's gonna
new operating system installed.
And how many times can they implant one of those chips? What about scar tissue buildup? What about issues like that? What happens if they download a virus into your brain?
Ooh. Yikes. You mean you might just malfunction and go do something completely crazy?
Or, who knows? Maybe just shut down.
These are all the questions that we don't have answers to yet. But there's so much promise in it. I'm always the eternal optimist, Rick. You know me.
And then the question is, what is mentally challenged, or what developmentally handicapped or disabled? What could the chip correct that or make someone normal?
Right?
Whatever normal is. And is that a desirable thing? Are these differences not things that enrich our society? Maybe even people who have developmental disabilities enrich our lives in ways we hadn't thought of before. Maybe if we take people like that and chip them to make them more like us and make them normal, maybe we are diminishing ourselves and our society in ways we hadn't thought of. I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
It's like wood, right? Real wood has a lot of knots in it and what people might say are imperfections, but that's also what makes wood so beautiful.
And what
It's not-
if, I wonder, people who might be in prison or, criminally insane, who've committed acts of terrorism or murder or done bad things, could a chip like that reprogram their mind and fix them?
Fix them or control them? These are deep questions. We're driving right now at 1,000 miles an hour with our foot right on the accelerator, or at least Elon Musk is. And we're saying, go ahead.
Faster, faster.
Yeah, just
Faster.
go ahead. Meanwhile, our governments who claim to be overseeing these things and coming up with new legislation or regulations to protect us, they're so far behind the curve, they don't even understand half these people how to get their email, let alone, drop.
That's our Congress right there. That's our
Yeah.
president. Our president couldn't wrap his little mind around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk has free reign, I think, because these guys can't catch up. He's driving 1,000, and they're still trying to figure out how to charge up their electric car.
Sadly, that is true of at least all three of our presidential candidates right now. They're the boomer generation. That I don't think Donald Trump knows how to work email. I don't think Bobby Kennedy knows much about the internet. And President Biden, probably not either. You know? But these are the people that are going to be deciding these big questions that we're debating right now.
I don't know. Like Biden's mumbling his way back to the White House, he hopes, and Trump is insulting his way. Like, these are our leaders, folks.
Yeah, and Bobby Kennedy's climbing, like rock climbing, and doing push-ups.
Yeah, that's right.
At least he's physically fit.
Vote for me. I'm in shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which looks pretty good by comparison. I'm not going to lie.
But how do you feel about telekinesis and mind control? What? Let me do another one-handed push-up.
Don't ask me that. Well, Kennedy being the kind of conspiracy-minded guy that he is, I'm sure he would see the dangers in that and have a lot of questions before such a thing would be approved for the free market to be for sale or available to the general public, because there are so many scary ways that could be used.
I'm scared. That's, in fact, I don't often comment on posts on Twitter, but I did comment on that one, and that's exactly what I said. I said, it's amazing, but honestly, it also scares me.
Someone in our chat room said you couldn't pay me enough money to take the chip.
Yeah. Yeah. What happens if the government mandates it?
Oh, no, never.
No,
never.
You don't think
over
so,
my dead body. Hell,
yeah.
no.
Well, that's what we were saying before too. If you recall.
Yikes. Yeah.
You ever think of it? I have.
Yeah, I try not to.
Chip everybody. Everybody's worried about central bank digital currency. How about central brain digital corneal implant thingy?
Yeah, well, Alex Jones was saying that 25 years ago. He said, they're going to put a chip in you, folks. And everyone said he was nuts. Well, I'm just saying. They might try, but I would think that's the sort of thing that Americans would say hell no to.
No.
The majority.
Some.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to say, chip me up, Elon.
But that's fine too. I'm all for freedom of choice, medical choice. If it's the person's decision, their choice, I'm okay with that.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? Because we see people now who, in the beginning of the pandemic, were upset because they were taking choice away. But because the government was taking choice away from people through companies by giving them the authority or the power, or even coercing the companies into taking choice away. Now it's moved from everybody should have choice to people saying, no, we need to just get rid of the vaccines because they're killing people and you shouldn't have the choice. We need to save everybody's life. And we don't want people to have the choice. We just need to get rid of the vaccines.
Sounds like the anti-abortion fanatics.
Right. So
they don't want to let women have any choice at all.
Well, then they feel if you take that point of view, then it's your moral responsibility, your moral obligation to fight to have these jabs banned because you're saving lives. Get it?
I do. I don't agree, though. I mean, the jabs have now been on the market and tested on the general population for what, 3 years now? They rolled
Is it
out
that long?
They rolled them out in January of 2021. And it's been a mass experiment, basically. The clinical trials have been on us, the people, not me, because I never took the damn thing.
Me either.
But, not everybody who took the shot was injured. A lot of people were, but a lot of people seem to be just fine. But what we did find out through that mass clinical trial was that it didn't stop the spread. It didn't prevent transmission.
Well, we shouldn't even be talking about this on YouTube.
No, we're on YouTube, dude.
Yeah.
We better shut the hell up right now.
Yeah.
We're going to lose both of our channels. But wow, man, you blew my mind with that one.
I didn't blow anything. Elon Musk is blowing your mind. He's going to blow everybody's minds.
So we went from my body, my choice to my brain, my choice.
More than that, he's going to world control. He's going to chip everybody and just sit at home on his computer and tell everybody what to do.
Ooh, that's scary. You saw how he handled Don Lemon. Do you really want that guy telling you what to do? He could fire you just like he fired Don Lemon if you made him mad.
Hell, man, he could make you vote any way he wants.
Yeah, cut off your income, boot you off of Twitter, turn off your Neuralink.
Yeah.
You don't get to play anymore.
But
That's
hey,
the trouble with too much power in one man's hands.
but this wasn't important enough for the media to even pay attention to it this week.
Isn't that something? It just goes to show you, I was saying to you earlier, there's no such thing as a slow news day anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I wish there was. I miss a slow news day, don't you? Once in a while.
No, I don't, because I remember working on slow news days, and it was my job to go find a story.
Yeah, you got to go find something.
Yeah, you got to have something for 6 o'clock.
Hey, look, there's a bake sale going on at the elementary school. There's a story.
There you go. That's off we go to do that.
But wouldn't you love to have that back? The before times. I'd love to go cover a bake sale instead of terror attack in Moscow or
Oh my goodness,
two
yes.
wars going on and death and destruction and
You know, this stuff, it weighs on me. It's taxing psychologically, emotionally. It really, really, truly is.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I know, because you and I are usually up talking to each other at 3:00 in the morning when we can't sleep. All this stuff is, going through our brains and we just can't close our eyes and go to sleep. Even Rabbi Barclay, our guest tonight, I had some chats with him in the middle of the night lately because he can't sleep. I understand, especially after the week he's had. He'd be sleeping with one eye open.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He has a lot of people who don't like him now.
To say the
before,
least.
too.
To say the least. And he was kind of a low profile rabbi. He's not famous like Rabbi Shmuley. Rabbi Shmuley, he's always on TV. He's always out there. He's, he loves publicity. And it seemed to me that when Candace Owens did that interview with Rabbi Barclay, that she kept bringing up Rabbi Shmuley because, she's had this spat with him that's gone on for a couple of years now. And it seemed to me, anyway, that she was really trying to get to Rabbi Shmuley through Rabbi Barclay. It was like a proxy war. And poor Rabbi Barclay's like the rabbi in the middle. It seemed she was really trying to get at Shmuley through him. And a lot of people don't know the difference. They get Barclay and Shmuley confused. I've seen a lot of comments this week where they say he's the dildo butt plug salesman, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, wrong rabbi. That's not him. That's Rabbi Shmuley. Geez, I don't know. It just seems like he suddenly found fame and notoriety, but not in the way he'd hoped. I think
But
Rabbi...
She said that she would watch the videos, didn't she?
She said, but...
But she hasn't.
She's cut off all communication now and won't respond to the invites that he sent her. And I have a feeling, I told him this morning, I said, Rabbi, I don't think you'll ever hear from Candace Owens again. I don't think she'll ever watch it. Do you?
Probably not. Might
Have
blow
you
up
watched
her
it?
world. Yeah, I've watched a lot of that. Yeah.
As much as you could possibly stand.
Yeah. I've seen way too much violence all the way around in the last while.
Yeah, brother. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. All of us have. We've all dealt with these violent images, and thanks to social media, you can't really avoid it. When you scroll through your news feed, those videos autoplay. They just pop up in your news feed, whether you asked for it or not. Yeah. So what about your 10-year-old? What about your 8-year-old? They've got access to the same social media that you do. What kind of impact, if it's that disturbing to us grown-ups, how disturbing is that to their still developing young minds? Is it any wonder that our youth is so troubled and so violent?
Yeah, I was just talking about, even pornography.
That
Last
too?
night I was talking about it. Kids today have access to it 24/7, 365. If you think that they're not looking at it, think again, because it's just freely available out there. Whereas when I grew up, there was nothing like that out there, really, not where I lived.
You had to sneak, you had to find Dad's Playboy stash and sneak a look under, under the bed.
Sort of National Geographics, right? It's like,
yes.
That was the extent of it. There was no swearing on television in prime time. You might get a few cuss words late at night, and then as we got into, like I said, the 80s, the 90s, you might see a little bit of nudity late at night on regular television.
Just for a second, though, like a quick flash of boobie or something, or butt.
That would be about it. Yep. Mm-hmm. And now it's progressed from that to, I remember in Ontario, there were, the video stores. Then the video stores were allowed to have adult sections. But I remember Ontario had like a classification system. I remember doing stories on it where every video had to have a sticker, and they had people who just sat and watched porn all day to classify the videos and decide what had to be censored.
What a job. Some guy gets paid to do that? Really?
The pornography is dangerous, and so you can't let people watch it because it'll twist their brains and turn them into sex-crazed perverts. But there you are, and you have to watch all of it.
And that's your job. That's how you get paid.
To watch all the preverts doing all their preverted things.
Why do you need to pay someone for that? There are volunteers. There are people who would happily volunteer to do that for you.
So what do they do? Like after this, like, you sit and watch porn all day for 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, for your lunch break, and then it's like, and you have to pretend to not like it.
8 a.m. is a little early for the porn. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but that'll be a late night kind of thing.
You want to work overtime this weekend? Okay.
I've got plans.
All right, I'll do it.
Sitting home all by myself, rating porn movies.
I take my work home with me.
But now they don't have to pay anyone because it's all free, and you can rate it with a review in the comments section, right? That's how producers of porn figure out what people like and don't like, and it seems like the weirder the better. The weirder it is, the more people like it.
Yeah.
Because people just want things to get crazier and crazier and crazier. It's never crazy enough for the public. It's never too kinky.
And yet they clutch their pearls and scream when, when Donald Trump is accused of having an affair with Stormy Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you look at what's online and it's like, virtue
seems pretty tame.
Quadruple X porn over there. A lot of hypocrisy in our society, I would say.
Well, just to put a punctuation mark on that, this week, the rabbi interview with Candace, her beef with Rabbi Shmuley, you may or may not know this, but Rabbi Shmuley has a sensual aids, I guess you'd say a sex toy business. It's actually not his business. It's his daughter's business. and he promotes her products, right? And Rabbi Shmuley is a relationship expert. He works with married couples in committed relationships to, help them work through problems, help them spice it up in the bedroom because, and I hate to be in a position where I'm defending Rabbi Shmuley, but here I go. I think he's been unfairly attacked online, everywhere. People come on his Twitter. They attacked Rabbi Barclay, who has nothing to do with any of this, but they're attacking him too, because Candace made a big deal of it in that interview. She's like, well, I'm a Christian and I'm so holy and perfect and I would never, right? And that's always what you hear from some people who claim to have never had sex before. And it's just, that's so gross. But, married couples do have sex, folks. And if you've been married a long time, sometimes you need a little help in the bedroom. I'm just saying.
Well, I got me a couple of kids, but I didn't do it. I mean, wait a minute.
Wasn't me?
Wait, what?
It was the mailman.
I just left. I outsourced it.
I don't know how that happened. You didn't have Neuralink. You could just will a child into existence. Right. You wouldn't have to have sex. Anyway, I'm just saying, folks, it's not fair to beat up on anyone who, it's a pretty wholesome sex toy business if you look at it that way. It's not pornography. It's not anything really kinky. It's just, stuff that couples use in the bedroom. And I don't have a problem with that myself because I'm honest. I'm also a Christian, but I believe in good, healthy sex makes good, healthy relationships. It's after midnight. We can say that. What's wrong with that? And they're just attacking him because he's Jewish. Let's be honest. It's not like everybody out there is a prude who doesn't know what a dildo is. Come on. And his daughter, they like, oh, but he runs the business with his daughter. Well, she's grown. I think she's in her 40s now. She started the business when she was an adult. And if you've got adult children, surely once in a while the topic of sex will come up in your conversations, right? Even though it's uncomfortable.
But with my daughter?
Well, I don't know.
No.
I don't want to pry into your business.
No. I'm like, go talk to your mom.
Go talk to your mom. That's right.
Talk to your mom. She's over there.
Don't ask me. That's gross.
I ain't talking to you about none of that.
Yeah. But what if you're a single parent and you're the opposite sex?
Go talk to your granddad, because I ain't not here.
Just spare me the faux righteous indignation. Give me a break.
Are you kidding me? This isn't faux righteous. No, it's like, no, I'm not having
just
that talk with you.
Not with my daughter.
There, done. That's my talk.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's what the internet's for, huh? That's what you tell her. Don't ask me. Google it.
Yeah.
You'll find all the answers you seek out there on the internet.
It's just
you don't have to ask Dad.
Talk about it. It's like, no, not me.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. Because
I'm blushing here.
It was parenting questions. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's my thought. That's my advice on parenting. Outsource as much as possible. Yes, especially when it comes to that stuff.
I sure hope your daughter's not watching this show right now.
No, she'll confirm. She'll confirm. Yep. You said go talk to my mom.
That's actually true, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, it's just uncomfortable, isn't it, for the parent, for God's sake? And I would think for the kid, too, to have that. I never liked having that conversation with my mom as an adult. And I didn't like it when I was little and she tried to tell me about the birds and the bees. I was like, ew. Mom. She's like, but you need to know, honey, so you don't get pregnant, or anything like that. And, to a kid, you're just like, ugh. Why do I have to sit through this with my parents?
Well, Now you know what Neuralink is really for.
Dirty thoughts?
Don't need no virtual goggles no more. Just close your eyes.
Yeah, I wonder what happens when that guy goes on a porn website with his Neuralink. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Go talk to my dad. Okay, he'll tell you. My wife. Go talk to my wife. She'll
That's
explain
it. That's it. I'm going to have to ask Mrs. Walker.
Yes. I don't know anything about it. Just
That's right. Not a damn thing.
Outsource.
Google it.
Unjack.
Unplug that right now. Just
That's
unplug
right.
it.
Oh, how did we get on this?
I have no idea. We
I
better
don't know.
call
But I'm
this a
looking at the
day.
numbers. I just happened to glance up at the. This is like a record level of viewers.
How about that? Here it is, almost 1:00 in the morning on the East Coast. Gee, I wonder what's on everyone's mind late on a Saturday night.
Like I said, you're listening to Pillow Talk with Lori and Rick.
That's it. Welcome to Pillow Talk on Maverick News. It's Maverick After Hours.
Yeah. What's that called? ASMR, is it?
What is that?
That's the way you really close to the microphone and you make all kinds of noises and crinkly papers. Right? It's like you whispering into the microphone. And this is Pillow Talk After Hours.
You're killing me.
Where we're talking about Rabbi what's his name? Schmuller?
Rabbi Shmuley.
Rabbi Schmuley.
And the butt plugs.
Oh my God. Okay. Stop it. Oh, I can't take it anymore.
I can't
Like
either.
literally, I can't take it anymore.
We better say goodnight.
It's just too much.
Jeez.
I've
I can
literally-
imagine the hate
I've-
mail.
I've had my fill for one night.
Me too. More than my fill. And the poor
my
rabbi's
God.
going to watch the show later and go, what the
God,
hell
you're
kind of
doubling
show was I
down.
on?
That was. You didn't even pick up on my joke.
Oh, you made a joke? Did you make a funny?
I did.
I
you
missed it.
didn't- And then you repeated it. Oh my! Never mind.
Well, if you have to explain the
Right.
joke, it isn't funny.
Oh, it's funny. It's really funny. It's hilarious, actually. It is
To
freaking
you.
hilarious. People are going to rewind now. It might take them a couple of times, but it's funny. Okay, that's enough.
When I watch the replay at 3 a.m., I'm going to text you and say, oh, I get it now. That shit was funny.
It's so funny. I'm embarrassed. It's just, no, I don't believe I've said these things on the internet live where it will live forever. My God.
With thousands of people watching, Rick.
Yeah, tens of people.
Yeah. Thankfully, not a million people like who watched that Candace Owens interview.
Oh, yeah, well, no danger of that around here. We don't.
Yeah. See? Sometimes it's good to have a small audience for embarrassing moments like these.
You remember where did we start tonight? You said we can. I said we can speak and talk as long as you want until I put my foot in my mouth. Here we are.
Right here.
Yeah, that's right. With that, I'm going to turn it over to you to wrap this up.
I think we better quit while we're ahead or behind. Anyway, thanks all you pervert night owls, Nazis and crazy people and QAnon people, and God bless you all. We love you anyway, even if you're crazy as a shithouse rat. We love you. We hope you love us back.
Who are we
Maybe you hate
talking
us.
about? Crazy. Look at us.
Well, there you go.
That's what the Maverick.
Who
the
are we
Maverick
calling
family is all
crazy?
about, though, Lord. We are. This is the island of misfit toys. It truly is.
You know, every time I try to get a serious guest booked on this show, Rick, they usually say no. Not on your life, right? And this is why, right here. And they tell me, and the ones that say yes, the more adventurous ones, they say, you know, I like you and Rick because you guys are just crazy. So, yeah, I'll come on your show.
No denying.
The poor rabbi, man, when he watches the replay of this, he's going to wonder, what in the hell kind of show did I go on tonight? That's worse than Candace Owens. I'm going to go back on the Candace Owens show.
The really sad thing is, this is probably the best show we've ever done.
You know what? It probably is. I think our best shows are the ones where we just go off the rails, man.
Oh, well, you have to come and do True Spiracies with me.
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh, well,
I'd
that's
love
Sundays. Come back tomorrow.
Are you doing it tomorrow?
I'm doing it tomorrow.
Okay, last hour of the show, right?
Yeah.
I'll join you.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a date.
I love me some tabloids. It's a great way to relax. You know, when we're in the news business, every newsroom I ever worked in, we always had a stack of tabloids. You know, if someone would pick up the Weekly World News or the Globe or the National Enquirer, and it's how journalists blow off steam, right? Because we have to cover so much serious stuff. And it's just fun to sit down and read the tabloids, have a good laugh. So I love True Spiracies. I'd love to join you tomorrow night.
All right, we're on. The only thing is, the real news is weirder.
It is
than the weird stuff. Okay,
I know.
The truth is stranger than the fiction. But I'll do my best for everybody tomorrow night to curate some really out there content. Okay.
For you, that's not a problem.
Yeah, that's right.
It comes naturally to you.
Okay, say goodnight, Lori.
Say goodnight, Gracie. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll join us tomorrow night for True Spiracies here on the Maverick News Network. And be back here next Saturday night for Strange Bedfellows. Until then, my friends, peace.
In a universe full of ideas, we draw lightness from the dark to a place where opposites attract. Right meets left, positive touches negative, sparking an explosion of truth. Because politics makes strange bedfellows.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.